Hi everyone, Eric here from Who's Turn Board Games, and I knew as soon as I posted my video about games I'm looking forward to this year, I was going to find like another dozen or so. So we've decided that we're going to make this kind of a monthly thing. I don't think we'd have the energy to do this weekly, good lord. We're going to make a monthly list of all the things that we're excited about, just kind of are on our radar for games coming out this year or potentially for next year. That being said, it's going to be the same disclaimer as before. This is going to be just a list that we're excited about or that I personally am in general, and just kind of things that are on our radar, so definitely check them out. I will have all the links for everything from Board Game Geek, which is where I got a lot of this information from, down in the description box below, so check it out if you're interested in those as well. And on a final note, we kind of made this realization, I don't know, about a month ago or so, and we never really have said it yet, but we are not really role-playing gamers. It's not that we don't enjoy that, it's that we don't have time. We literally can't sit down and commit to a campaign or to like one game, playing it over the course of several weeks while we're kind of doing this, while we're making content, while we're kind of just kind of everything. So just want to give a heads up, it's not that we don't like the role-playing games or that we don't acknowledge them. It's that we don't have time to do it, so we don't get excited about that. So by all means, there's nothing wrong with them. They're a lot of fun. I do enjoy playing them. It's just Richard and I have kids, and we really don't have time to be sinking all that much time into one board game just for a campaign, just to try it out, when we could play a lot of other ones along the way. So just a small disclaimer. We'll have something else on the channel officially about that, but it was a realization I made, so I wanted to just clear the air on that. So first game is going to be Let's Go to Japan. I don't know why this game looks so interesting to me. It just does. I do enjoy Japanese culture, the idea of it, everything like that. It looks like a beautiful game. I'm really excited to just try this one out. It is out now. From what I can see, I can buy it in a couple of places. I'm kind of a little sketched though, because it's like eBay for $100. So I don't know if it's just like released early and they're selling their like their Kickstarter editions or what, but it should be coming out in the near future, definitely this year. But it is a 1 to 5 player game, and you, over the course of 13 rounds, kind of go exploring Japan, and you just do touristy things and check out the shops, eat the food, get souvenirs, you know, kind of that stuff and whatnot. And it just looked like a little simple, fun game. It's nothing going to be super strategic. It's not going to be anything. It's something that caught my eye. I really can't explain why. I think if I had to, it'd be because it reminds me a lot of Takedo, and I really enjoy that game. It's a beautiful, just relaxing game. So I think that's why this one's going to be really fun and definitely on my radar to check out. I don't know if the other two are going to really like it all that much, but I'm excited about it, and it's my list, so, you know, there's that. Up next is going to be an Algae INC. It's a 1 to 4 player game, and from what I've seen from it, it kind of plays a little similar to Earth. So if you haven't checked that out, check out that. I think we only have right now the how to play and set up. With Algae, you actually take the role of a production plant for algae, and you make different products like bioplastics, biodiesel, and there's a third one. I think it's cosmetics. That doesn't sound right. That just sounds weird. What do I know, though? I don't use them, obviously. It is a tableau builder, so you make a little tableau, and you make the most effective way to run your plant, so to speak, on producing things. I don't really know that much about it, but it looks really fun. Everything I've seen about it is just something that's right up my style, so really excited about that one, and it's going to be kind of interesting, I think. The more I looked into that one, the more I kind of saw that there's going to be like, there's actions, there's income, there is, I think there was tech trees on this one. I think this is the game that had the tech trees. Let me check my notes. Yep, tech trees and tile placements. That's actually one of the last two that I have there, so looks like a lot of fun. It was kind of a heavy-hitting strategy game from what I saw, so it makes me want it even more. I love the heavy strategy one, so very excited about Algae INC. Up next is Wroth. Don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Wroth is a 1 to 4 player game, and you take the role of one of the civilizations, so to speak, and with that you vie for the control of Wroth Island. Now this one's where it gets a little weird, is that it's a resource management, it's a tile, it's a worker placement, but also an area control, and it's also labeled as a cooperative game. So I don't know exactly how it's going to play, but it piqued my interest enough to be on this list. And I definitely think it's going to be. It was beautiful, for one, but I think it's going to be really interesting how it plays out. So that one's on my radar. I don't know, getting closer, like when there's more information on it, if it's going to stay there, but it's definitely something I'm very interested in right now. So Now, up next is actually one that a lot of people, I think, are a little surprised they're making a board game out of, but nonetheless, I love the video game, so I'm going to say it's on this list, Mass Effect. It's a 1 to 4 player role-playing game, and yes, I realize the irony of me having that disclaimer, and that actually made me realize this, but I love the board. I love the video game. I love it, so I'm very interested to see how the board game plays out. I don't know really anything about it besides the fact that they just announced they're going to have a Mass Effect board game, and it's a 1 to 4 player role-playing one. So another one that piqued my interest is Everstone. 1 to 4 player game. It's going to sound kind of like a broken record. Tile placement, resource management, worker placement. So it sounds like a lot of fun. Those are just kind of those are my jelly and jam. Let's call it what it is. I love those kind of games. So they're going to be, every single one of them is going to be on my list. As far as how it plays, the only thing I really know is that you're considered a pathfinder, and you kind of explore the area, and you interact with relics. I think you can like obtain them or research them or sell them. I don't really know exactly how you interact with them, but you try to be the best pathfinder. So there's a couple of things you can do along the way, exploring, researching, stuff like that. So definitely on my radar. Not that much information on that one, unfortunately, as of right now, but I think the Kickstarter just completed, so hopefully we'll get some more information on that. That's actually where I saw this one, so pretty excited about that one. This next one is going to be kind of interesting, and I don't know why it piqued my interest. I don't know if this is just like one of my new styles that I really enjoy doing, but it's definitely interesting. Called Galactic Cruise. I was going to say something else entirely, so I'm really happy I looked at my notes here real quick. For that, you run a cruise space liner. I know, kind of weird, but is what it is. 1 to 4 player game. You all work for the same company, so to speak, and they had a little competition to see the next CEO is. This is the lore of it. And you basically have to make the most victory points or the most money, be the most successful in your cruise liner adventure in order to become the next CEO. Really sounds kind of weird and just like made up and silly and whatnot, but I actually think it's going to be really, really fun. You have to manage your cruise liner, get income from the passengers, obviously, get improvements in the form of blueprints, I think they said, and then you have to acquire workers and place them in certain areas, so you get specialized workers. Sounds kind of complicated. It looked like it was a medium to heavy strategy game as well. Again, that's why it's on my radar, but definitely think it's going to be interesting and a lot of fun to check out. Now the next one's going to sound a little similar to one of the other games on the list, as well as the game we already said to check out, Earth. Biome is what it's called. It is a 1 to 4 player game. Build a tableau and make the most effective area, so to speak. What caught my eye in this one, besides from that, is that you actually have different seasons in the game, as well as different, there can be natural disasters. So you could be negatively affected just in ways that you have no control over. But also, depending what season it is, depends, like, kind of interacts how the cards work, and some of them only work in certain seasons. So I think that's going to add an extra layer of strategy to an already very strategic sounding game. So I'm very excited about that one. I don't know if I'll be the only one excited about that one, as it's pretty much going to be, I don't want to say an Earth clone, but it's going to be an Earth clone. It's in the name, Biome. Come on, really? Seriously? Let's call it what it is. Earth 2.0. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's going to actually be much better. Maybe it's going to be, maybe it's going to be pre-Earth or pre-Biome is what Earth is. I don't know. Whatever. We'll figure that out together. How's that sound? Now the last one is sweet, sweet irony. It is a 1 to 6 player game, and you take the role of a CEO of a board game company. Yep. Heard me right. It's called Meeple INC. It's not, I think the slated is actually for 2025, so it's a ways out there yet. I don't really know why, but it is. That's what everything I saw online so far. But you take the role, as I said, CEO of a board game company, and you kind of have to acquire certain workers, place them in the right areas, and do everything like that. Worker placement, strategy, everything like that, just right up my alley. But what really caught my eye about it, apart from the very uniqueness of it, was that their claim to fame is they have 70,000 combinations of how everything can play out. Yeah, and that's going to be the list. It's going to be the list 2.0. We'll call it and that's the list. I really hope you find that interesting. I hope you check out some of the games down in the description down below. And like I said, I'm getting everything pretty much from Board Game Geek. I'm on there pretty much every day nowadays. and checking out what's coming out and making lists and doing stuff like that, as you can see. And I'm kind of curious, what are your games that you're looking forward to? Are they any of the ones that I've mentioned in this video or that we mentioned in previous videos? Hint, hint. And let us know in the comments down below what you're excited about. Where did you hear about them? Did you crowdfund them? Did you do it on Kickstarter? Because that's definitely where we're seeing a lot of board games coming through, is through the Kickstarter. So I'm really actually excited about that. If you found the video helpful, go ahead and give it a like. If you enjoy other board game content like how to play and setups, reviews, lists on games coming out, or even like opinion videos on board games, we have a couple of them and we got more in the works for that. Consider subscribing. We'd really appreciate that, following us on our board game journey and, having fun playing games together. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Eric, and until next time, whose turn?